God-level duplication system. Chapter 30. Tremor. I didn't think there would be such a harvest. Lin Xuan's eyes also fell on Zhang Tao. A faint light flashed across his eyes. Zhang Tao's innate abilities were not bad. They were worth Lin Xuan duplicating. However, they were a bit far away, and they were more than 10 meters away from each other. Lin Xuan could only wait for a while. The test continued. The passing rate of the test was still lower than the 30%, which made Chen Yu, Wu Kaili, and the others nervous. If Zhang Tao had such an excellent result, it would never appear again. The process of the test was also very fast. After about 10 minutes, they had almost reached the group of people in front of Lin Xuan. Zhang Tao had also arrived within 10 meters of Lin Xuan. Lin Xuan's eye swept across Zhang Tao. Name, Zhang Tao. Cultivation, Enlightenment Stage, Middle Stage. Talent, Top-grade Cultivation Talent, Mid-grade Strength Talent, Low-grade Speed Talent, Mid-grade Violent Wind Attribute Talent. Mid-grade Crimson Fire Talent, Low-grade Sharp Gold Talent. Martial Arts, Bronze Body, Top-grade Rank 3, Small Completion, Flying Cloud Leg, Rank 3, Mid-grade, Small Completion, Spiritual Cloud Steps, Rank 3 and Low-grade, Small Completion. Treasure, none. After that, Lin Xuan glanced at the 3 deacons and nodded slightly. The attribute panel of these 3 deacons were not any weaker than Zhao Xuan's. In fact, they were even more powerful. Their treasures could not be missed by Lin Xuan. Immediately, Lin Xuan chanted. 10,000 energy points consumed. Duplication successful. Obtained top-grade cultivation talent. Consumed 1,000 energy points. Duplicated successfully. Obtained mid-grade Crimson Fire talent. In just a breath's time, Lin Xuan had spent tens of thousands of energy points to duplicate all the treasures on Zhang Tao and the 3 deacons. Lin Xuan chose to use these treasures. Congratulations to host for breaking through to the superior grade cultivation talent. Congratulations to host for breaking through to the mid-grade sharp gold talent. After a warm feeling flowed through Lin Xuan's body, he felt that the strength in his body had increased by a lot. Lin Xuan looked at the void in front of him. Divine level duplication system. Host, Lin Xuan. Realm, Early Enlightenment Stage. Talent, Superior Grade Cultivation Talent, Mid-grade Talent, Strength, Speed, Blade Down Kendo, Mid-grade Attribute Talent, Sharp Gold, Green Wood, Heavy Water. Crimson Fire, Superior Grade. Violent Wind Martial Skill, Golden Flame Mantra, Rank 5 Mid-grade, Small Completion, Scarlet Flame Saber Technique, Rank 5 Mid-grade. Small Completion, Jade Shattering Art, Rank 5, Mid-grade, Small Completion. Gold Splitting Fist, Rank 5 Low Grade, Great Completion, Wandering Crossing, Rank 5 Low Grade, Great Completion. Energy Points, 160,000 inches Walk Space, 21. Lin Xuan looked at the attribute panel in front of him with a satisfied expression. As expected of one of the 4 big sects in Kangyuan country. Lin Xuan had only been in the Kangyuan country for less than a day, but he had already gained so much. Lin Xuan's choice was indeed correct. Lin Xuan, it's your turn. At this moment, Lin Yun's voice came from behind Lin Xuan. Lin Yun saw Lin Xuan in a daze, so he poked Lin Xuan and reminded him in a low voice. Only then did Lin Xuan come back to his senses. It turned out that the team in front of them had finished the test, and it was their turn. As the champion of the Green Jade City competition, Lin Xuan was naturally the first one to carry out the test. Lin Xuan walked forward. On the left side of the main hall, Zhao Xuan's eyes also shifted over, and a look of anticipation flashed across his face. Although Zhao Xuan had witnessed Lin Xuan's combat strength during the competition, he knew that Lin Xuan's talent wasn't bad. However, he didn't know how high Lin Xuan's talent was. Now, Zhao Xuan could take a look. If Lin Xuan's talent was high enough and he could become a disciple with potential in outer sect, perhaps Zhao Xuan could even get a reward. This was also an additional reward given by the Drifting Cloud sect for this disciple recruitment mission. The rest of Lu Quan and the other deacons also followed Zhao Xuan's gaze and looked over. They had heard that Zhao Xuan had discovered a genius. Could it be this person? They wanted to see how this genius was doing. The movements of the deacons on the other side also attracted the attention of the 3 deacons and Zhang Tao. The 4 of them also looked at Lin Xuan. Under everyone's gaze, Lin Xuan placed his palm on the first crystal ball on the left. Instantly, the crystal ball began to ripple. 1 circle, 2 circles, 4 circles, 5 circles. The crystal ball still hadn't stopped. In an instant, the field became silent. Everyone's gaze focused on the crystal ball. Their hearts shook. Lin Xuan was another genius with a talent level of 5 degrees. The way everyone looked at Lin Xuan was completely different. Their eyes were filled with respect and envy. But that was not all. In the next moment, everyone's eyes widened in disbelief. The sixth circle began to appear in the crystal ball. Furthermore, its speed did not slow down at all. Very quickly, after 6 circles appeared, it suddenly stopped. Looking at the 6 circles of ripples inside the crystal ball, everyone's eyes widened in disbelief. The scene was also silent. Everyone was stunned. After a while, everyone slowly came back to their senses. Instantly, everyone sucked in a breath of cold air. The field also became noisy. His talent has actually reached 6 degrees. This is 6 degrees of perfection. Looks like this person should be the #1 genius of this batch of new disciples. Zhang Tao's 5-degree talent level is far inferior to this person. The crowd discussed animatedly. Their eyes gathered on Lin Xuan, and they were filled with shock. In the previous test, a 5-degree talent was already considered a top genius. They were able to obtain a spot for a disciple with potential in the outer sect. There were basically no disciples with 6 degrees of talent. Now, Lin Xuan had reached 6 degrees in one go, and he had even reached 6 degrees of perfection. This had shocked them greatly. At the side of the main hall, the deacons were also shocked. Only when the scene became lively did they come back to their senses. Lu Quan looked at Zhao Kuxin with a complicated expression and said with a bitter smile, "This is the good seedling you mentioned, right? His talent is really strong." The other deacons also nodded their heads repeatedly. They expressed their respect for Zhao Kuxin. Even the gray-robed deacon, who had opposed Zhao Kuxin previously, changed his attitude and congratulated him. "Brother Zhao, congratulations." Zhao Kuxin looked confused. He subconsciously nodded and forced a smile when he realized what was happening. He looked at Lin Xuan, who was not too far away, and his heart was similarly shaken. He had seen Lin Xuan's extraordinary strength and knew that Lin Xuan's talent was not bad. However, he didn't expect that Lin Xuan's talent would be so high. This had far exceeded his expectations. A disciple with 5 degrees of talent level was already a genius. In the future, they would at least be deacons like him. And a person with a 6-degree talent level was very hard to come by. Basically, in the past, every disciple with 6 degrees of strength had a high chance of becoming a true disciple.